Hello, and welcome to Sports by Compion Combat Sports Edition.
Combat
Sports. I am your host, of course, Stephen Compion, and I'm joined here by my co-host, who comes around for these things to talk to us about football, rugby sometimes, and also fighting now. Corey Compion's in the house with his beautiful Hawaiian. Corey, how are you today?
That's right. Doing fantastic. Just, living the dream, rocking the Hawaiian as one does.
Excellent. And it's been too long, but our resident fight expert's back. Christopher Compion, the handsome, the knowledgeable. He's here. Chris, how the hell are you, sir?
Any better, I couldn't stand it. Ready to talk about some violence.
We're so happy.
Any better, we have to send the snow ninjas to make your situation worse.
That's right. But we won't. We'll just let you enjoy
You're
your
just in the sweet spot.
There.
You're in the sweet spot of goodness.
Yep, that's right.
Nice.
That's right.
Perfect.
Just yes, where I like Sports by Compion fans, we're happy you're back. We're happy to be back.
That's right. So much happiness.
There's all this happiness. The brothers are all here for this episode. It's gonna be just freaking awesome.
Totally.
So let's hop into it, guys. We got UFC. We're gonna be covering BKFC. I don't know why I always struggle.
Yeah, let me tell you about the fight night that just happened last weekend. This is a little fresher than you usually get from me, but this is good times. Just happened. So, the co-headliner Israel Adesanya got knocked out by a relatively unknown guy, Imavov. Like second round. It wasn't like a long, hard-fought fight. Like early in the second round, dude, Izzy's looking like real slow. Like he throws this kick that Imavov kind of catches, and then when he finally gets his foot back, he's like thinking about like trading stances. He loves doing that, and he's got his hands all out wide and goofy. And Imavov just lands this beautiful right hand on him and just knocks him down. And, while he's on Queer Street, he just hops on him and finishes him off. He just pounds on him until Mark Goddard's seen enough. And that's that, dude. Izzy's like 1-5 in his last fights.
How the mighty have fallen. Damn. Goddamn.
I think the worst thing that happened to him was that one time he knocked out Pereira, because somehow like fate threw him that bone, and then it turned into a third fight where he got knocked out, and that somehow just kind of kept him up there in the top when like it might have been better for him to like I don't know. He's just he used to be like crazy fast. Now he's like getting kicks caught. Like he's getting caught in his transitions. It used to be so confusing when he would switch stances. Now he's getting like his chin knocked off doing it. It's kind of a mess.
It happens with these guys though. I feel like once they get knocked out,
yeah.
I think that's what Corey's about to say. Is that right, Corey?
Well, I saw the aftermath of this where he was getting up and he was like mad. He's like, "Why'd you call the fight?" He's like, "You got knocked out, bro." And he's like, "Oh shit, I guess I did." Like
he really wasn't defending well. He was getting pounded on. Like Imavov was just serving him big hands.
Oof. You hate to see a Frenchman win.
You know what? He's mostly Russian. He looks like he's a Russian that ran away to France.
Okay.
Well, he's training in France, but he's definitely from the Dagestani hills.
Yeah, you can tell with that beard. That makes more sense.
Yeah, dude. He's a straight Dagestani that, exported.
And two more people we've talked about extensively on this show.
The
Red Samurai.
Shara Bullet. Speaking of Dagestanis, here's the one Dagestani that doesn't like wrestling. This guy likes serving hands. Remember last time we discussed his double
takedown attempts on either side. That's hilarious. This was a boxing match.
Yeah. Anyway, so he gets his first loss, a fairly not that interesting decision to Michael Venom Page, which, dude, Michael Venom Page is very interesting. He might be like the best defensive fighter ever. This dude fought Mike Perry in bare knuckle and went all the rounds with him without getting fucking leveled like Mike Perry has done to everyone else. And, his last 3 fights have been kind of boring decisions. Like, he beat Michael Holland, and you got to be a real fucking twat to make a Michael Holland fight. I'm sorry, Kevin Holland, my boy Kevin Holland. Remember, we love him. He's pure violence.
Good old Kevin.
It's your fault if a Kevin Holland fight is boring.
And then did this to us.
He got nibbled out by Ian Gary, which we all hate to see because we've all decided we don't like Ian Gary and we like to see him lose. And then Michael Venom Page doesn't beat him, which is very offensive because Ian Gary remains undefeated, which is super annoying to everyone.
True.
But anyway, and then, he shows up and takes out the Pirate with a boring decision. Like, this guy's the worst. He's super annoying. He doesn't beat the guys you want him to beat, and then he beats the cool guys.
How dare he beat the Pirate with his one eye?
Yeah, dude, he's got one eye. He's got red hair, which is pretty rare in that part of the world. It's a lot of fun.
It's good time.
Does he actually?
He's all like kicky and he does spinny stuff. It's the best. You never know what the hell he's gonna do.
We've covered him before. He doesn't show up on the big UFC events because he usually can't get sanctioned.
That's the thing is he can't fight in America.
So yeah, they kind of he's like their international little savage they throw in there. But he's finally
into the Shadow Realm.
The Shadow Realm. They're like, if you're out of America, the Pirate will come for you.
Exactly.
To these are safe shores.
Outside the waters. Yeah.
That's right. I called him the Samurai, but no, it's much cooler. It's the Pirate. I do love it. Sad to see him lose. I guess it had to happen, though.
Yep, there goes his O. But you know what? A lot of guys feel a weird pressure when they're undefeated. And then, once they get that L feeling, they're just like, oh, you know what? It's not so bad. I thought it'd be worse. I thought my world would end.
Especially a decision, and which it doesn't sound too crazy of a bad loss.
MVP is a canny old vet. There's really no shame in losing to him.
Fair enough.
He's had probably, almost 3 times as many fights as Shar Bullet. But anyway.
Either way.
So that fight happened. And then another one was Sergey Pavlovich beat Jardine Rosenstrike. And the only reason it's significant is because heavyweight's pretty shallow. And Pavlovich just lost to the fucking Tom Aspinall, who's like, he's got the interim belt and he wants to fight John Jones, and John Jones is being John Jones. He's messing around. Anyway, the heavyweight's a little bit of a mess right now because John Jones is involved in it and he likes messy things and he makes everything around him messy. But anyway,
we talked about both of these guys at some point in the pod, and I think it's like you said, because the heavyweight division is so shallow.
It's shallow. Like the guys that can hang,
Like this Jiraiya fellow, he's definitely scary looking at. I remember having nightmares about him. In the past.
Yeah, but you know what?
Dude, he's significantly 145 strikes to 23. Tough day at the office.
Yeah.
That's a tough day at the office. That's a lot of Russians punching you in the head.
A dangerous fucking Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if head that much.
So let's move on from fight night. You wanna talk about our entertaining Irish friend Conor McGregor?
Let's get into it. We didn't quite pull up a news story for him because there was a lot of weird stuff. CBS wanted us to pay money, which I would be damned before I paid money to CBS News.
Take that, CBS, you losers, for coming for you.
So what happened with our Irish friend?
So anyway, Conor's walking through what seems to be like a casino or hotel or possibly a combination of the two.
Someplace
He's
where
got
Connor would
like
exist.
6 or 7 fucking security guys around him, like in a loose ring. And some random fan like recognizes him. Oh, first of all, Connor is in, like a white button down and this like insane vest. It's got like all kinds of scroll work on it. Super sweet vest. Anyway,
Love it.
so
We love that for him.
some random dude yells at him, "Hey Connor, can I get a picture?" And obviously, he's going somewhere. He's got like fucking 8 people with him. Like, no, we're not all gonna like stop what we're doing and take a selfie with you, bro. Like, you're in public. Like, keep it in your pants. And so Connor doesn't even acknowledge, but one of his security guys is like, "Not right now, buddy," and they just continue to move. And this guy starts chanting, "Let's go, Khabib! Let's go, Khabib!" Because, it's
Is he
kind of
filming this whole thing
Khabib
on
was
his
like
phone
the one
too while he's
fighter
doing all
that
this?
really kind of like got under Connor's skin.
Is he like filming this whole
Anyway.
thing? That whoever this random fan is he like filming this whole thing on his phone? Is that how we got the camera at all?
Not him, actually. It doesn't look like he is filming on his phone.
It's a third party.
The camera angle is kind of like, it's in a pretty good spot, but it's like across Connor's party from the guy that was, causing
There's
this
another dude hanging out
kerfuffle.
playing the slots.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, you know what? May have been planted. May have been a plan all along.
Dude, you see a group of suits walking through a casino. There's enough losers that'll pull out their phone and be like, "Oh, I want to record this," and just so happen to fucking strike gold.
Anyway, so this chant, Connor spins on a dime, comes back to the dude, and just immediately spits in his face. And the second he turned, all the like little mother gooses around him start getting all nervous and like reaching for him. By the time, he goes over and spits in this guy's face, they're all there. So they're pulling him away, getting between them, all that kind of stuff. So Connor's immediately whisked away and he throws over his shoulder, "I just spit in your face. What are you going to do about it?" Nothing. He's just so wild, dude.
He's so mean. He's so mean, dude, and I love it.
Yeah, he's pretty savage.
Because, I mean, even if he didn't have, like, 6 or 7 large gentlemen, like, pulling him away...
He would do that anyway.
Are you going to step to fucking Conor McGregor?
What are you going to do, man?
There's nothing to be done there. That's one of the most dangerous humans to ever be a human. You gotta just... Not, hey, don't be a fucking idiot and talk shit to one of those dangerous humans to ever be a human. That's funny? A good start.
Yeah.
Remember I was so happy about his role in Roadhouse when he played Knox, the villain? He just strutted around with his chest out the whole time? That's just him. That's just Connor.
Just like, hey, Connor, just come be yourself.
The character even had his last name tattooed on his stomach. Like, Connor was not acting in that movie. He's literally Knox, just stomping through life.
Love that for him. Real quick disclaimer from
It's so much fun.
We don't condone all of Conor McGregor's fun antics that he gets up to, especially concerning the ladies.
But they're always amusing.
They are always not. Those ones aren't particularly amusing, but he does enough amusing shit that we will continue to cover him on the.
He does some amusing shit sometimes.
He does a lot of amusing shit, absolutely. So yeah, that's why.
But anyway,
here. But anyway.
Speaking of Connor, who's the partial owner of BKFC,
he's a partial
owner. Over to some bare knuckle stuff.
Some
we're here for some bare knuckle. Connor.
So,
I think he's
first
kind of
of all, at the weigh-in, what's that?
I don't think anyone actually loves Connor. I think he's just kind of like a train wreck you look at and you're like, "Oh my god, did you hear how many carts were involved in the pileup this week?"
It's so messy, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Like, people used to love him, but then there was just way too many rape allegations.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just smells like rape in this room. I don't like it. I'm going outside.
No rapey in here.
It's too weird. None of the girls want to hang out.
Here. It's
weird.
I got to get out of here. I can't be in this room with all the rape smell.
It's not good.
So tough.
Anyway, so that's
fun. 2 former UFC guys.
Yes. So, okay. So the weigh-in, dude, these guys are facing off. And like I said, Connor's a partial owner of BKFC now. So he's right there between them, just behind him, you know, chest puffed, like, you know, full fists, you know, like he's facing off. He's so
I'll fight
crazy,
both of you.
dude. Like, everything is about him. Even the weigh-in of the main event, it's like he's got to be in the picture looking crazier than the 2 guys that are about to fight.
Love it. Good for him.
So anyway, speaking of weigh-ins, this event was in Philly, right? And there was this one local fighter. We'll find him in a minute. The fuck was his name? I don't know. This really Irish kid. He shows up in like Irish shorts, like Irish boots, I think like he had a flag around his shoulders, and he is like so amped up that he is like shaking. And he goes to step on the scale, and he steps like too far to one side with one foot. So the scale tips, and now he's like almost falling off the stage, and it's so wild, dude. Eventually,
the fight.
he gets weighed in, and then, you know, after they weigh in, the 2 opponents face off. And again, like, he is like shaking and losing his shit, and he's of course doing the throat slashing motion they love so much. And, you know, he's obviously buzzing, real excited for the fight. So then we get to the fight. It's the one with Tomlinson Jr. Some tool bag Tomlinson Jr.
Lad,
yeah. Here we go. So this kid on the left.
He's got to amp himself up.
Sullivan. Of course it's Sullivan. So fucking round 1. Sullivan eats like the cleanest right hand to the chin. And he's like immediately off in dreamland.
Oh no, and, like, Sullivan! You know, you were so excited for this.
He falls like into the ropes, like his head going through the ropes, and just like not even like moving or anything, just like fucking corpse on the mat. It was so clean, like one of the, you know, I'm sure it's one of the knockout of the year contenders.
Tomlinson is just like, I thought we were going to do this.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is Tomlinson isn't even all that great. He's had like other fights in BKFC, and I don't think he's won before.
And he's 2-1. So
it's really funny. And the other guy's a local kid. I wonder if they're like, yeah, this guy doesn't win. We'll throw the local kid, you know, an easy win, and then he just like gets wrecked instead. It's kind of funny.
Do you guys think they Photoshop these to make these guys look like more of a mess, or do you think these are just really unphotogenic humans? Like what is happening? Okay.
Tomlinson looks a little scary.
He looks like a fighter.
All these guys have day jobs.
But still,
very few of them are making enough to just be full-time fighters. Like, I guarantee you, both of these fucking guys have day jobs.
Right? No, I get that, but like these guys clearly went to a photo shoot to make these card events. So
I'm sure someone's job is to airbrush and do production. Yeah.
But look at, they're taken from like different angles. Like the one dude is like leaning forward, like he's clearly trying to do like some kind of like a chest flexing thing to like show his shoulders. But like also look at the oddly shaped heads of the 2 gentlemen in the middle. Like
this is hilarious. Look at this.
Yeah, right.
Who is taking these pictures?
He's a fucking psychopath.
Are they making him look weirder on purpose? Like, what is happening?
They look scary. I think the point is like, no gloves. This shit's scary. We got weirdos with throat tattoos in here, man.
He can't win. He's 0-2.
These kids
but
are
he's
off
scary
the hook.
looking.
They're all tatted up, dude.
He's crazy. He can't win, but he's crazy looking.
They're willing to get in there with no gloves for like $3,000. They're crazy, dude.
Like, let's take a look at these two girls, because, like...
Oh, yeah, the girls. Let's talk about the girl fight.
I love the OnlyFans across the
boobs. Now, keep in mind, they both have OnlyFans.
Of course they do.
Is obviously their main source of income. Like, Taylor Starling, she won like a couple of her early fights and got popular when they were putting her against like, you know, random chicks they found sleeping on a bench in a park, and we're like, hey, you want to fight another girl? And they're like, okay, I'm hungry. So, you know, she roughed up a few chicks, and they're like, oh, she's smoking hot. Like, you know, she's good at the weigh-ins. She knows how to sell a fight. She talks shit.
Apparently, like, if you got a throat tattoo, they'll come find you and put you in the ring, dude. Be careful getting throat tattoos. You might end up in the ring fighting someone. You might have to fight Spencer.
Anyway, so this chick Rose in BKFC, despite like every time she goes up against anyone that knows what they're doing, she loses.
How did she
anyway,
against
Beck Rawlings hasn't been around in a while. She came back. She's a former UFC vet. You know, she was on that Ultimate Fighter when they first brought in women. Okay. Anyway, she's had a handful of BKFC fights. She usually does all right. But yeah, she hasn't been here in a while.
She needs some more ink money. That's why she came back.
Yeah. That's what she said. She's, you know, in the post-fight conference, she was like, I was sitting around home with like, you know, she's got a couple sons. She's like, I'm sitting around with my kids and the bills are piling up. And I was like, let me go get in shape.
Okay.
Anyway. So OnlyFans wasn't paying? I guess she has to go advertise the OnlyFans.
True.
That's
now
the thing.
We all know.
Is I bet, you know, this kind of, you know, even BKFC, which not that many people are paying attention to, even this is worth like, I'm sure, a lot in advertising.
Well, dude, think if like you put $100 on her, she wins, you're like, cool, I'm gonna subscribe with like, you know, whatever, like 5 of the $100 I made, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the kind of weirdo that has that app downloaded and pays for porn,
gambling degenerate who's also like, you know, on OnlyFans, I can
right.
Which
you know,
a lot of guys
are. Degeneracies might be related.
There's got to be a lot of dudes on there because these girls are all doing well. You guys hear about that? I mean, a little off topic here, but I mean,
no, dude, it's always time to talk about OnlyFans.
Dude, that British girl who banged 1,000 dudes in one day.
That
video got taken down. No, it was 1,000.
It got taken down?
Was it?
It got taken down because it couldn't verify all the ages of the guys. So she did that, known as the ultimate whore across fucking the whole world, and her video got taken down because they couldn't verify the age of all the guys. So like,
I remember she did 100 and she was talking about 1,000. I didn't know she actually did the 1,000. I was really hoping for her sake that it wouldn't happen.
No, she did. Before this, she was apparently just wandering through London campuses, like offering guys like, hey, you want to tap this? It's going to be on film. And a lot of guys were taking her up on the offer. So, yeah. I just thought that was so amusing, dude, that you did something that fucking crazy and they took that shit down. Damn.
Not even getting paid for it.
Oof.
Banged 100 dudes for free.
I really think it was 1,000. I could be fucking wrong. But I'm pretty sure it was 1,000, dude.
It's real.
Here, talk about this championship bout one.
Right. So the championship bout. Dude, my man Ben Rothwell, Big Ben, he is a fucking beast. He's insane. He's 3-0 in UFC. I'm sorry, not UFC, BKFC. And he just wrecked this dude. Like, Mick Terrell's a pretty good bare-knuckle boxer. He's got a lot of experience. You know, like he got beat by Arnold Adams, who took the belt from him, and then he came back to beat him. And you know, he's a good boxer. Rothwell just destroyed him. Spectacular knockout, round 1.
Boys, so
you know what's cool about? Sorry, what's that?
Shout out to Bonnie Blue because you deserve it, girl.
Yeah.
This lady betted 1,057 men in 12 hours.
1,057. So it was over 1,000.
Over 1,000. Over 1,000.
So what was this? Just like get in there, like 3 pumps and you're out?
Dude, and like apparently there was like one guy who was like, I want to be the 1,000th.
I want to be the last one in there, bro. I want the record.
Oh my god, bro. That's so disturbing.
But imagine if you're number like 1,010. You're like, oh, I make the cut. Cool, let me in there. I've been waiting all day.
Dude, it's just so disturbing. Plus, like the math on this. What are these guys in there for like 30 seconds? All right, dude, moving along.
I think the rule was they get like 2 or 3 pumps. I don't think they get to hang in there as long as they want. They get in there, they get 2 or 3 pumps, and they're out.
Okay, because I guess that qualifies as sex. I heard a dad-son combo was in there. Like nothing like father-son bonding that to get on an OnlyFans video.
Oh, never mind. No, we gotta move past that. We gotta move past the father-son combo. Onwards and upwards to better things.
I really don't care. I don't care what's happening on OnlyFans.
Yeah, we'll move
anyway, my man Ben Rothwell, though. Let me tell you about fucking Big Ben.
So this dude is 3-0, and he's the champ.
He's the champ. Yeah, that's how it works in BKFC, especially in heavyweight, dude.
But so his record looks like 4-3. Were those fights in other professional fighting? And he just has 3 here?
It says 4-0.
Oh, does it?
Oh, 4-0. My bad. So he's won 4. But, dude, he's got a massive MMA record. Like, in MMA, he's 39-14.
Oh, shit.
Brendan Shaw?
Like, dude, this guy's been around forever. He used to be in... There used to be this league called International Fight League that was like a city would have a team. They tried to make it like regular stick and ball sports where each city had their team, you know, and you had like your bench of heavyweights, your bench of middleweights, like every weight class, you know, you draft guys in that division. And then what you do is events are one city against another city. You know, like New York will show up to fight Chicago, and then like your heavyweights fight, your light heavyweights fight, your middleweights fight, your welterweights fight, your light heavyweights fight, and you know, well, they usually work their way up because the heavier weights are always more exciting. So they probably went the opposite direction. They started with the low weights. But, you know, so it's kind of, they thought, you know, they could pull fandom from like the whole city, like a city would get behind them like they do with a football team.
Yeah.
It was a really interesting
specific
concept.
Fighter is
it was
tough
so
to
cool.
follow a team.
And what's that?
It's tough to follow like a fighter, they retire, they're gone, whatever. But like it's easier to follow a team, you know?
That checks out. Yeah, I can see that.
Right, exactly. You know, if you live in the city. Anyway, it didn't really last all that long, but he had 4 wins. Like no one beat him in that league. And his first fight was this is some old school MMA shit. But like a gentleman named Krzysztof Szynski, which was on one of the seasons of The Ultimate Fighter, the one Ryan Bader won.
Okay.
I think that was Rashad versus Rampage. And those guys had so much drama, those two coaches. It was wild. Anyway,
I heard of Krzysztof.
Krzysztof Szynski, the coolest thing about him, he won his fair share of MMA fights. But the coolest thing about him is when he was on the show, he had like this outline of this big, crazy demon dog kind of gargoyle. But mostly it was like this demon dog with gargoyle wings. It was interesting, like the outline. And you're like, oh, what's that? And then he shows up for the finale. He won his fight, but like half of it had been shaded in. So you could see what it was going to be, and it was like, oh, shit, that's a fucking insane gargoyle demon dog. And then his next fight, he shows up with it completed. It was fucking fabulous.
Anyway, crazy that he's training with like a fresh tattoo on his back
pieces.
But he's got like a fresh tattoo on his back, and he's like, "Yeah, let me go like do some rolling and jujitsu rolling. This will be great. Let me get a sweaty dude to like rub my freshly tattooed back."
However, he pulled it off. One of the most badass back pieces in MMA. Anyway,
cool. So anyway, this heavyweight fight, like Terrell before this fight was 8-1, kind of holding it down for them at the heavyweight division.
Yeah, he'd won a lot of fights, and what's cool about him is he's English, so they can get the whole like, oh, England versus America thing going, which they did with him and Arnold Allen. That was fun. Anyway.
Yeah, that's cool. Didn't Ben Rothwell fight Brendan Schaub at some point?
Oh, dude, he's fought everyone and their mother.
Just out there throwing hands.
Yeah.
He walks to the liquor store, sees the guy. You want to fucking fight, bro?
Wait, I'm sorry. Who'd you ask who he fought?
Brendan Schaub.
Brendan Schaub, probably. Yeah, I bet he kicked Brendan Schaub's ass.
I think he did.
It sounds like something he would do.
This was Christoph, was it Van Digger, you said?
Christoph Szczynski.
Szczynski, okay.
What, you looking up his back piece?
I'm looking up his I'm Googling him first before I pull him up on the screen.
His name's really hard to spell. It's Christoph with a K. And it's some crazy Polishness, so I'd be amazed if you could find it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys down. I'm just like that's nothing much.
That's fine.
I have no clue how to spell that. Who else do you want to talk about on here?
That's fine. So Mark Hunt wants to fight Ben Rothwell now, which is nice. If he steps right into BKFC challenging for a belt, that's nice for him.
Yeah, right? Giselle rolls the BKFC.
Is he coming from the UFC, or who is he?
What's that?
Yeah.
The thing is he's one of the really old school guys that fought in Pride. He fought in K1.
So and he's like, fuck it, next league, what's next?
What's that?
He's like, fuck it, on to the next league. We did the UFC, we did Pride. Who else wants him?
Well,
who else is going
to
pay me to keep knocking people out?
UFC. That was before.
Yeah, Pride and all that was around.
He came to the UFC when they bought Pride. So he came over and he was just so tough. Like, he was so hard to knock out. Like, he would take insane amounts of punishment and just wouldn't go down. And then he could dish it out too. Like, usually, guys punch themselves out trying to knock them out, and then he knocks them out at some point. He's got those Samoan genes. Samoans are like super hard to knock out for some reason.
Dude, Samoans are pretty good at just about anything athletic.
That's the thing. Samoans are crazy athletic. Whatever's in the water over there on their island is good fucking shit.
For real, dude. What the hell are they doing on those islands? They pump out some freaking savage rugby players. There's a couple of them. There's a lot of them in the NFL.
Super athletic. Look at Dwayne Johnson. He's only like half. Yeah. And look at him. He's a specimen.
He is. Yeah.
I bet, what's his name? Jason Momoa. I bet he's got some Samoan.
Oh, definitely.
Look at the fucking name. It's almost Samoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason
anyway,
Momoa for sure.
So that's great for them. That's some nice genes they got cooking over there.
Good for them.
Good job, Samoans. We're happy for you, buddy.
Do you have anything else to say about the Knucklemania 5?
Oh yeah. So Stevens versus Alvarez, the co-main, that was a pretty good fight. Like, Alvarez has been around a long time, dude. Like, he's another one. Like, he was fighting back in Japan when that was the biggest game going. He was fighting in Dream. He spent a long time in Bellator. I think he had 89 fights with Michael Chandler. Those guys fought each other like every other week because Bellator had 13 fighters on the roster.
It's like WWE. You two guys, get out there again.
The thing is a long career like that. He's taken a lot of damage. And he also got in there with Mike Perry. Once Mike Perry had figured out bare knuckle and knew what the fuck he's doing. Yeah. And he's apparently got a lot of broken bone, a lot of healed bones in his face. Like, he's had a lot of surgeries in his face.
It's kind of a bummer to see these war horses still out there.
That's the thing, dude. They're looking for just, they finally built their name. They've gotten paid peanuts while they're building their name brick by brick. and then they finally have a name that's worth big paychecks, and they can't deliver anymore. They don't have it.
Yeah. We might see Adesanya kicking around here in BKFC soon enough.
Dude, maybe BKFC would scoop him up. They love ex-UFC guys.
But
of course they do.
So if his face is all banged up, that would make him easier to knock out, right?
That's
Absolutely.
the thing. Is he, after the 4th round, he didn't come out for the 5th because, he just had enough.
He was like, I got punched in the face like a bunch, dude. I'm super tired. I don't want to go out there and get punched in the face anymore.
What's fun is he quit between rounds with Mike Perry too. But I mean, that was Mike Perry, and it was just pointless to go fight Mike Perry with anything less than a machine gun.
Dude, Mike Perry, every time we bring him up on the show, he's like,
you need like a bazooka. Like
he's
what?
Some poor individual or another.
No, it's Mike Perry.
No, stop it.
So is Mike Perry still out here? Or he retired? What's his
job? He's the king of violence. He's, but I'm sure he's in the kind of price range right now where they're only going to bring him in for like a big event.
Well, he's the champ, isn't he?
He's the king of violence. He's not really the champ of a division.
Okay. Just in general, the king of violence.
Yeah, he has a dope-ass title. But it's like, the UFC introduced the BMF belt where it's like, hey, here's a belt that's cooler than just a weight class. You're the baddest motherfucker belt. That's pretty much what King of Violence is. It's like, you know what? Sweet. We're peddling belts. Here it is.
Here, have this belt. Cool.
More belts.
More belts for the public, damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, to Corey's point, once again, whoever took Stevens' picture didn't do it.
Jeremy Stevens. Yeah, dude great fucking fighter.
Half
He's been around a long time also.
Yeah, Stevens has been around. I've seen him for sure.
Yeah,
him, he's 3-0 over there in BKFC. So
he's getting some, dude. Like BKFC is kind of like where old UFC guys go when they have like a name and they're like, I can headline somewhere just from being an ex-UFC fighter. Dude, but he's doing great, dude. Press conference, he was a little bit obnoxious. Like, he must have said, like, show me the money or write the check, like, 43 times. It was a bit much. But, he's obviously looking to get paid for his next fight.
Well, he did.
He's willing to take... Oh, so Conor McGregor's talking about fighting him. But this is also how Conor just keeps his name in the news. He talks about fighting active
everybody.
Fighters.
He talks about fighting everybody.
Has zero intention of doing it. If he's even free from UFC contract, which he's probably not. They probably have him locked down for, some fights that he hasn't fulfilled, so he can't really go fight anyone else. But he loves talking about fighting other people.
He'll may or may not fight anybody.
That's right. That's right. He loves that shit.
Your mom, your dog, fucking your cousin Larry, one of them might get it.
He'll spit on you too.
Your grandpa in the bar, he can get it. Everyone can get it.
Connor's hands are rated E for everybody.
That's right. Bless your heart, Connor.
Dude, speaking of just extravagant people saying they'll fight anyone, the Paul brothers are talking about fighting each other now.
Oh my God, I saw that. Each other. That's
pretty good. Listen,
people
that's good for the
would
public
buy a brother versus brother. Because the people that love them, it's a win-win. The people that hate them, it's a win-win because you get to see one of them lose.
Yep.
That's all you can ask for, really.
I'm telling you, those motherfuckers understand marketing like almost no one else.
Dude, they even managed to make a whole spectacle of themselves at the inauguration. By I don't know if they fucked with Theo Von's chair or what. But our boy Theo
they're pranking Theo Von at the inauguration?
Well, it's no real. We're not really sure what happened, but Theo Von was apparently sitting on his chair, and these guys just happened to be filming as Theo Von's chair just crashes and our boy just falls down, and like they're like, oh, hey man, they help him up, and he kind of goes and sits down between them, and he's like, our boy Theo's all like wearing his glasses and all suited up, like what's going on here? Now I'm sitting between the Paul brothers. So it was just like he on his podcast was like, yeah, I don't don't think they did anything, but also, why did you happen to be filming at that point? You know?
Yeah.
So,
no, it's also.
And of course, it immediately went up on X.
With them, is like things don't. Great content doesn't just happen by accident. They set it up and make it look like good content.
Exactly. And he was kind of like, I kind of wish they wouldn't have, immediately threw that up on X, because, that wasn't awesome for me.
Oh, come on. Theo Von's a comedian. And not only that, but he's a comedian where his whole style is, geez, Rick, I'm just some goofy little ex-addict bumpkin. Don't mind me. Oh, geez.
Yeah. So who knows? But either way, it was pretty funny. They're just over there. It's just funny that they were at the inauguration. Of course, got some great content out of it.
Of course they did.
As they should.
You gotta let people know you're at the inauguration.
Oh my God. Dude, fucking Jake Paul just recently did WrestleMania Royal Rumble.
I think that was Logan Paul. Logan Paul.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Logan Paul is the one that's involved with
they also
WWE.
had iShowSpeed in there. They had like fucking all kinds of random dudes.
I mean, check on it because I think Jake got involved for like I said, it was a Royal Rumble.
We could check it, but Logan Paul was definitely in the Royal Rumble. He's the one who's involved in WWE. Like he's on the roster.
Okay, fair enough.
He's the one who's involved with the UFC.
Right. He's doing WWE and Jake's doing the boxing thing. At least they picked lanes. They're like, look, semi-parallel but fun.
We're both athletic big
Apparently he is joining the UFC though. Maybe. Yeah, no, he did make an appearance at the Royal Rumble, Chris. You are correct. I guess he went in there and fought his brother in the WWE in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, was his brother in there?
His brother was definitely in there, so I'm kind of reading up on it now to see
But wait. Jake showed up late, so his brother might have already been out.
Hold on. Is Logan Paul in the WWE?
No, come on. We can't do the research on air. You just gotta trust me.
Going up on YouTube as we come
they could have fought at the same time.
Yeah, who knows?
To give a total
There's no reason.
Note.
There's no reason to have two Pauls.
Oh yeah, no, he showed up. He was definitely there. He was definitely involved. I don't know if he was just there as a cameo, kind of like supporting his brother yet, but there's word that he may be involved with WWE, which why the hell wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you, dude?
Yeah,
you got the one, get the other. It's cool. It makes us.
It's all about attention. It's about attention.
Now we're talking about the WWE. This is what you want.
Oh yeah, but ISOSpeed definitely got speared to next fucking generation by some dude who apparently gets up to some crazy speeds when he's hitting the rope. Like it was one of those things. Like he popped I love the Royal Rumble. That's my favorite WWE event.
It's a good time.
So our boy hops in there and tries to throw one dude over and gets nowhere with it and goes over and helps another dude and throws him over. He's like, oh, sweet. So he's all happy. He's all like yelling to the audience, and the guy who helped him throw it over is like, yeah, good job, buddy. And then as the dude turns his back, he starts hitting the ropes in the background, and he just turns around, boom, just gets killed, and then he grabs him and throws him into the dude who he helped throw over, who catches him and then throws him into the table. It was some good shit. It was some good shit.
Legit, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy, IShowSpeed, he's wild. You guys hear he jumped over a car?
I have no idea who he is.
I think he's a streamer. He started originally just doing streaming on Twitch, and then he got really big by doing IRL streaming. So he's basically just traveling around the world. He's in Portugal doing crazy shit in Portugal. Now I'm in Sweden doing crazy shit in Sweden. And he does big crazy productions. It's kind of cool. I don't really watch it because I don't watch a whole lot of streaming, but I know of him just because he's in the YouTube sphere.
Sure.
I saw one clip of him that was fucking hilarious where he just rolls up to some chick on the beach and starts chatting her up. He's in the Philippines. Chatting her up, she's just super down, and he's like, oh, we're gonna go on this adventure. You wanna come with us? She's like, yeah, sure, I got nothing going on. He's like, all right, cool. And he's sitting next to her, they're just chilling, he's reading chat, and then he's like, hey, so they're telling me to ask you if you're a female. And she's like, oh, I'm a ladyboy. And he just steps out the window.
Checks out.
But he's a funny dude. He plays into the clips. He plays to the audience. He's doing well. He's fucking 20 maybe. He started this shit whenever he was 16. The dude, he's making stuff happen.
Every kid in America is trying to be him right now. Every single fucking kid.
He's just doing it the best.
Absolutely. But anyway, enough about streamers. Chris, any other combat events we should know about, think about, talk about?
So keeping it in BKFC, last weekend there was an event. Julian Lane, another former UFC guy, KO's Cameron Van Camp, another former UFC guy.
What?
And what's funny is I've seen Van Camp fight. I've seen him win and lose. He's like a really competent fighter. Like, he doesn't get flustered. He's always like super orthodox, like calm and methodical. And he got knocked out in the 4th round, which is kind of like, you know, that's when, like, if a motherfucker's getting cooked, you know, it's usually going to be before the very last round. Usually the 4th tells the tale.
Our boy Lane.
So that's interesting that Julian Lane, because he's been hanging out over there in BKFC a long time.
I was going to say, he's got quite a record.
When Mike Perry fought him the first time, when he first came into BKFC, he mentioned that Julian Lane, like late in the fight, he was like moving his forehead into the punches. Like, he understood your forehead is the hardest part of your head, and he was trying to break Mike Perry's fucking hands with his head, which he's a crazy bastard. If you saw, you know, the Ultimate Fighter he came up through, you're not surprised that he's a lunatic that does well in bare knuckle fighting.
I mean,
let me disable your gun with my face.
Yeah,
he gives as much as he takes, apparently. At
he's a savage, dude. Anyway, great knockout for him. That's very good for him.
Absolutely.
And you know, also same round, same event. Brennan Ward knocks out James Davis in 38 seconds, which you know, is a rough night for James Dennis. But you know, a 38-second knockout, that's what BKFC is all about. Short, bloody fights. Like, this is what they do over here.
Our boy Ward looks scary in his picture. They nailed it.
I think these guys had the same photographer. I think these guys, they got done at the same time. They're like, cool, we're gonna give you guys good pictures. I feel like those other dudes was like right before they went out onto the stage. They're like, quick, let's take a selfie of you. All right, now cool, get out there.
Hey, listen, man, you've been out in like bumblefuck nowhere and we couldn't get a hold of you. Now that you're finally here, we need a picture.
Yeah, but good for Ward starting his career strong over there in BKFC. Dude, BKFC's messing up. They got to get KFC as a sponsor. You know, like, it's one of the first things I think about when I hear this league.
Their biggest fuck OnlyFans, KFC, man.
Get them
their biggest sponsors are Bucked Up Energy, which it's really cringe how many different energy drink brands are going on right now. It's fucking gross that Americans
they have like a whole workout,
like jack up garbage.
They have a whole workout.
That aside. Thing. Then you got OnlyFans, which again, I'm like, who the fuck is buying this crap? You know, this isn't good for anyone.
A lot of people
that you would think.
And then the third is Crescent Tools. I'm like, all right, fine. Like, we didn't really need another tool brand, but at least it's fucking productive. At least it's not OnlyFans or, you know, some bullshit's going to give you cancer. So there's that. But anyway,
listen, you know, energy drinks will just make your heart explode. They won't give you cancer.
Yeah.
Just a little exploding heart.
Trust the science, Chris. Trust the science.
Whatever.
They have like a whole workout.
So the sponsors are a little weird, but at least we're making money over here. At least people are getting paid to get in a ring and bleed. So that's always a good thing.
Good for them. They're kind of
get the money, go in there and bleed. It's all we ask of you.
Yeah, that's how the UFC used to be with all kinds of random sponsors before. Does Reebok
before they shut it down? And so, real quick, let's talk about my boy Dakota Cochran, because he is a super fun character. He's been in the UFC. He's been in porn. Now he's out here throwing hands without gloves. and he just got his 6th victory. And dude, I've seen him fight. Like he is fucking scary, dude. Like
this guy here?
Yeah, Dakota Cochran. Yep. He knocked this guy down 3 times until the ref was like, "No, that's enough." Like, dude, this guy's got an incredible right hand on him. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened in his childhood, but he's got a nasty right cross on him.
Good for him. Yeah.
Was his porn name Cock Ring?
Yeah,
Cochran, yeah.
It has to be.
Well,
like,
it's a
his
very
porn ring has to. I thought that too, Corey.
Cochran is awkward.
It had to be cock ring when he was like in the porn world. It had to be.
It had to be. If not, that's such a missed opportunity, and I'm disappointed everyone involved.
That's probably why he fell right into porn.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Yeah,
you're just too easy.
But anyway, speaking of really fun names, I was listening to some crime in sports, and apparently there was a baseball player named Pete Lecoq in like the 70s. In the 70s, there was a motherfucker running around with Lecoq on his jersey.
Hello, I am Pete Lecoq.
He had to be French.
It's fucking fabulous. I mean, he's playing baseball. I don't think the French can even spell baseball.
I mean, in the 70s, he was probably like an immigrant.
Yeah, exactly. So that's super fun. I wish my last name was Lecoq.
Lecoq.
No, Campion's way better.
Yeah, but Lecoq would be like a close second. Like if I could pick like a different one, it would be Lecoq.
What if it was Le Chris Le Campion? Is it just Le that you like, or is it the cock that you like?
It's a combo. It's like
it's the combo.
It's like when you mix like orange and chicken. It's like I like both of these things, and you put them together, and orange chicken is delicious.
True.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, boys, we've gone off the rails a lot on this, but I think we've gone.
What fucking railed? We've been off-roading from the jump.
That's true. But either way, I think we've covered some good ground. Chris, any final words you want to say to our avid combat sports followers?
Oh, just this weekend coming up, we got UFC 312. We got Duplessis versus Sean Strickland, number 2.
Excellent. Oh, nice.
So, you know, the middleweight belt is out there. Duplessis is going to defend his belt again. I think this is his 2nd defense, so that's interesting.
Nice. That'll be a good one. Sean Strickland's another good old savage who doesn't really care about people's feelings at all and says all kinds of inappropriate stuff.
My God, dude. Sean Strickland is so much fun, and he's getting loose with, like, you know, this new administration in charge. He's starting to feel comfortable.
Love it.
Yeah, it should be real interesting. Also, another great fight on that card is Jake Matthews versus Francisco Prado. You know, Prado is like super good MMA fighter. I think he's from Argentina or something, which every once in a while they turn out these like rich kids that have been trained in like a certain martial art for like a lot of their life, and they're just super into it. Anyway, so he's a super good kickboxer. He's against this dude, Jake Matthews, who's a fucking savage. Like, this dude is like really dangerous. So that should be a fun fight.
Absolutely. Something to look forward to for this weekend.
But yeah, there it is. UFC 312. That's about it.
Get into it. Corey, any final words for our combat sports friends?
Don't do meth.
Or do, like, whatever.
Live
your life.
It often comes back to drugs around here, which I'm not
really does. It usually does. That's usually our advice is whether to do meth or not. We kind of always end up in the middle ground.
Oh, and don't tell on Hillary Clinton. That's super not good for your health.
Don't do that.
Do not tell on Hillary.
On her, do not tell anybody about it.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell us.
You got information on Hillary.
You don't want to know.
Don't put it in the comments.
It's bad. Not good.
We don't want to know. We don't want to know what she's done or what she's still doing. Okay?
Yeah, no, we're not. We value your health more.
Absolutely. We sure do. We sure do. Well, on that note, Sports by Copy fans, thank you for liking and subscribing. Continuing to follow us. The Super Bowl is going to be whatever. It's fucking horse shit. So we're not going to be covering that too much.
Oh, we just called the Super Bowl horse shit. What's up?
A lot of people are. The NFL, it's just funny how many statements the NFL has been releasing of, no, guys, it's not rigged. Our officials are doing a really great job. No,
this is not today's
Sports by Company
pure fight shit all the time.
Don't be silly.
Dude,
we love Taylor Swift. We love seeing Taylor Swift out there, but that's not what this is about, okay?
Somebody was doing like an interview with
Mahomes. That's so good.
Travis Kelce, and they're like, "Oh, do you prefer? What do you love more? 15-yard holding penalties or Taylor Swift?" And he was just like, that's a good one. Anyone else?
Shots fired.
Dude, they got Mahomes was like, which one's your favorite referee? You know, or which one would you be sending like a Christmas
card to? Are you serious? They asked
him
that?
They're just out of control.
Some random interviewer was just taking shots.
People are just taking shots.
He was just like,
even Pat McAfee on his show is like, interviewing Andy Reid. He's like, so what do you got going on today? You got a meeting with the refs later on, or? It's out of control.
Awesome.
Dude, and rightfully so. Fuck you, NFL. Nobody wanted to see the Super Bowl. We're out of here. Sports by Compian, baby.